Hello and welcome to this Quest for XP video from Joypad and me. Today, as you can see, we're going to be looking at Need for Speed Most Wanted, namely just trying to grind up a bit. I'm trying to get a few points. Most of this is going to be done with pursuits. So, obviously this game, as you can see from the beginning, just as a lovely startup, always shows you your progress in the game to start. So as you can see, I've been quite a few hours and quite a few races. I have this game on both the Vita and the PS3, and this obviously is a PS3 video. So it's starting off with Maserati. We're just going to cut out a bit of gameplay now and show you our main task. So the main car we're going to be running today, will be the Ford Focus. Traditional, for those who watch Top Gear, it's called an ASBO. The reason it's called an ASBO is because it's supposed to be a leery machine that causes a lot of problems. So obviously this is the RS500 version, which is the new version. So we're going to jump straight to car. It's one thing that Most Wanted does well is once you know where the car is, once you've found the jack spot, you can jump from anywhere, and that makes this a lot easier. So hopping into our Focus now. I've just on the last go of playing with this guy, freed off Reinflates Pro, which I'm just about to add into my car. Obviously they're great, the Reinflates, just because once you get the Pro it increases the traction and makes the tyres a bit faster, but obviously the Reinflates allow you to not be taken out by spike strips, and that's a very, very handy thing, especially for what we're going to try to do. So we're going to jump now to the next section. So we've been searching around, as you can see we've changed immediately to a yellow car, and we've found a policeman and we've taken him out. Now this initiates the search by the police onto me. So this is where we start crashing into as many different things as we possibly can, creating manic and mayhem. The reason for this, of course, is just to take down those, is to get those points to build our score up. So as you can see, every time you start an initiated search, you start getting points. Every time you take down traffic, slam into something, you get higher points, higher points, higher points. You get most points for actually taking out a police car or traffic, as you saw just before. So that's something we've got to try to do. But where you get your most points is by the escalation levels. So as you can see on the bottom left hand corner, there's a lovely little thing which is numbered structure, which is 1, 2 all in a column. It goes all up to 6, and beside it there's a little slight smite meter. So every time you hit a police car, every time you get initiated into a search, or you hit another person who's playing, that little bar will just jump. The idea being is every time you get to fill up the smaller bars to the left, you jump up the big one to the right, as you just saw, and then what will happen is you just keep on grinding, and every time you do it you get an extra boost in points. So you can, if you want to, which does take a lot longer, is just keep on keeping it, go up to 2 say, then run away, let level drop down, go back up to 2, let the level drop down. This unfortunately does take quite a long time, so in this gameplay we're not actually going to do that. Instead, what we're going to do is we're just going to go around creating mayhem and smash as many cars as we can to get our level 6 up as quickly as we can. Now some people like to do this in things like the Ford Raptor or the Land Rover Evoque. Personally, for me, I love the nobility of the Focus. I think it's very cool. The speed cars are lots of fun, but the problem is that they can get taken out a bit too easily sometimes, and they are quite difficult to control. But as you can see, this car's nimble, apart from the crashes that I have. But again, this is more the great thing about this game is it's not realistic. You can have crashes and you can just carry on going all the way through. So as you can see, we're just driving around, and then we're just going to keep on building up those points, keep on building up that tally. So some of the fun things about this game, as you can see, is just the choices of cars. As you saw at the beginning, I have basically locked off pretty much all the cars now. I've got the speed pack as well, so I have got quite a few different options, and we'll bring in a few videos of some of the different car types that I like for a few more videos to come. But obviously, as this is a Quest for XP, what we're looking at is the basics to begin with, and then we can start looking at how to rank up your cars as well. This is a fully ranked up Focus, but I do usually do this on the lower one. My main aim is for my pursuit is to hit 50,000 points. Not a huge amount, truthfully, but again, when you're first starting out, that can be quite handy just to keep on building up those speed points. And that is one thing that I do love about all of Criterion's games, really. It started off with Burnout Paradise, but really they started to escalate it in Hot Pursuit, which is the Autolog system. The Autolog basically allows you to contest the game against your friends. So every time you see a speed camera, you race for it, tells you the speed, and then you can manage that against your friends. Every jump, every billboard you smash, every security gate count, every time you go through something, it's logged into the system, and then you try to beat your friends of all of them. Again, of course, also with the cars in the races as well. So even when you do 3 or 4 to 10 most wanted cars like I've done, that's actually really when the game starts, because as soon as the game starts going through, then you can start trying to actually get some of these points up, start trying to take people down, and just move along quite nicely. And I do think that that's one thing that this game does have, its longevity, because as soon as you do one thing, obviously the only thing I would say about that, unfortunately, is you need to have friends online who've got the same game. So we have about 10 or 11 people who all have the game on the PS3, and we can all compete against each other, and a few of us as well on the Vita. So there's quite a big competitive scene going on, really, to try to get that top spot and to try to get as many points as we can. So unfortunately, gameplay is a bit repetitive actually, because we are just going round and round in circles, just taking out the police. Now, some people you do like to do this on a motorway. I find personally that trying to keep it to this area here, or anywhere where I can keep on doing laps, obviously keep on changing colour of the car, which is a nice little touch, but it does help just to keep so you don't lose the speed points, because you are trying to get it up to that 6th level, and as you can see, we're almost there. So when we hit the 6th level, you do see the wonderful SWAT vans, which basically as soon as they come out, it's time to run. There's nothing, even the Raptor can't take out those, so don't bother hitting them, just spin around and run away as fast as you can. But as you can see, we're kind of getting close. So the reason I changed my nitrous at the beginning, there's 2 types of nitrous. There's the power shot, and then there's the normal burn nitrous. The reason is because sometimes you just need that quick little burst. So for instance, when you saw me got trapped earlier on by the police car, because I had the nitrous, I could use that for very fast acceleration. With the burn nitrous, you have to have it full for it to work. It does make you quicker, but again, the problem with that, the problem that you have then, is that if it's not full, you don't have anything at all. So that's why I quite like the burn nitrous, the normal nitrous. I find as well that when you do hit the cars, obviously you do need the nitrous as well, so every time you do it, you just keep on popping away, and it does give you that extra power to take out all those cars. So as you can see, now we're at top level, so now it's time to bug out as quickly as we can. So what we're doing is we're just going to take the police on a merry little chase. Now this is where knowing the map comes in quite handy, because you know where you can hide, you know where you can find the police. It makes it quite handy in the fact that I can just know where to lead them, where I know where there's hiding places and places where I want to put my car so that I can't be found. And that is, again, it comes with a bit of knowledge, but lovely thing about this map is about the whole open world system is the fact that it is an open world. So as you're driving along, it's not like you have to wait for loading screens. You can go anywhere. You can drive them around the whole city if you really wanted to, and then just come back, anything just to get away. And as you can see, they've got hit by the lovely SWAT van, and now it's time definitely to make a move. Unfortunately, yes, taken down quite quickly, but thankfully I wasn't trapped, so I was able then to just reverse away. Always use reverse, it's quite handy, and this is when we do start to take our leave of absence and start to run away. So these are where things like the nitrous come in handy, just to create that extra bit of speed. Now with the nitrous, it does burn out. This is a one-way road, so you can't rebuild it that much. When you're going down the wrong way down a one-way street, it will build, and unfortunately this is the wrong road for me on this stage. But the wonderful thing about this game again is jumps. As soon as you do a big jump, again your nitrous will start to fill. As you can see, my back window shattered there and my car's looking a little bit shabby, but we can't have everything. So again, handbrake turns, anything you can do to evade is always handy. And now we just go for another jump. Again, just bringing us up on top of this railway, just so we can try to get away from police, try to keep away some of those pursuers, and then obviously use our nitrous just to build up nitrous again. And then start to come across the road. Now what we were looking for here to do is to go onto the motorway, but unfortunately saw the fact that the SWAT team were in front of me, so did a quick handbrake turn, did get taken out of the policeman, but then were able to fly away quickly, see the police come this lane, swap onto the other, and now what we're going to do is we're going to fly straight back up, straight back onto that bridge. Now great thing about this is, even though it was a bit of a crash and I've ended up crashing onto it, that doesn't really matter, but now the police can't follow me. Well, they can follow if they're close enough, but because they were so far away, I'm now hidden. So what will happen is, as soon as I hit that thing, is the cooldown will start. Now, again, cooldown's quite handy because it will start to just obviously lower. It means my wanted levels, as you can see on the left-hand side, are just dropping quite nicely. So the idea with this is the sixth one will go the slowest, the 5th one will go a bit quicker, 4th will go a bit quicker than that, 3 will go quicker than that, and so on and so forth. So as you can see, it's going down quite quickly, and my car is absolutely smashed, just having a little look around. So what I'm going to do, if you know from the wanted levels, level 3 is where you start to get the SUVs, and the Focus does struggle a little bit against those. So what I'm going to do is try and let my wanted level drop down to 2. That means that I can go up against police cars who are pretty much my weight and size, and I can take out quite handily. So as I say, just it's a little bit boring, so unfortunately just sitting here. But obviously we dropped down 2 now. Could have waited a little bit longer, truthfully, because one police car was beginning to come up, and that's the only reason I started to move. And that's why you do have to listen a little bit to the vocals on this, because the police do tell you what they're doing, which is quite handy when you have a scanner. So as you can see, we've got a roadblock there, flicking through it as quickly as possible. Now the thing to do is, when you do have a crash, not to worry about it, because I've crashed quite a few times in this, but still ended up to this position. So what we're doing really is aiming for that golden 50,000 points, which is something that I wanted to just go for. I think our record is a little bit higher from somebody else, but I just wanted to get a basic idea of the score that I wanted to go for. So this is where we start to run away again. So it's quite handy, especially when you're not going up against the big SWAT and SUVs, just to keep yourself nimble, keep yourself quick. Again, this is where knowing the roads comes in handy, because you know which ones can take a handbrake turn and which ones can't. The park is quite a good place to lose the police as well. So as you can see here, after crashing once again, but that was into a roadblock, and I just didn't realise that car in front want to go through. Just pure stupidity, really. But obviously the park is a great place to hide. It's because you get the high speed jumps which are coming up, so sometimes those jumps are a bit dicey, and the police can crash, which then gives you that more opportunity just to run away again. So as you can see, we're just flying as fast as we can, and then get our lovely speed jump straight through there, and landing quite far along the distance. Gives you a nice little to cool down, and that means you can run away. So I'm going to keep to go through now. You do get a reward for driving through on a pursuit to change your car colour. Obviously that trophy I've got ages ago, so we don't even worry about it. But it's just trying now just to escape. So this is again where the nitrous comes in handy, but also sometimes by looking at your mini map on your left, you know when to brake, when to go left, when to go right. So as you can see here, there's nobody, you can't see any other blue triangles in the whole of that square, so that means I can just very nicely just move along, start to hide, and allow the police just to basically spend their time just slowing right the way down. There is a car coming on the right, coming towards me. I see it, take my opportunity to get a few more points, quick head-on takedown, and that means I know now that I'm definitely at my 50,000 points. Do a quick little victory donut, and away I go. So again, it just shows the fact that this game is fun. I mean, that's the most thing about it. We do have fun when we play sensible games like the GT5s of the world, and the shifts, Need for Speed shifts as well. But this is just one of those games where you can race if you want to, and you can go crazy as well. So I hope you liked the video. Sorry, it's a little bit repetitive at some points, but again, obviously I did cut quite a lot of it out as well, just to try to make it a little bit easier. But to get these 50,000 points took roughly sort of 15 minutes. Doesn't take that long at all. And I probably would have gone, what I would generally do is go 2, 3, keep on going backwards and forwards. So hope you liked the video. Please click like, leave any comments if you want to. We're going to be bringing a bit more Need for Speed, because I do love this game, and I'm going to try and see if I can capture a little bit of feature footage as well, just as a comparison. So last of all, we see this lovely little billboard that I haven't quite smashed yet, so a quick little bit of victory, drive through, and just to get that, knock it all the way through, and gives it a nice little shine. Okay, so a little bit of coming up from for the actual car we were using. You can pause there and see, and thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you again. Thank you very much. Take care.